Hello and welcome to That Shooting Show. My name is Steve Anderson. I am your humble host, wrapping up a whirlwind week in Atlanta, the Atlanta area. We did a 2-day class, match mode specialty class for Sean Pham and his boys. And then we coached them through the Georgia Peach match. And I have to tell you, it could not have gone better ever at all. It was awesome. These guys had their most consistent match of their entire careers. They all did extremely well inside their divisions and their classes. And again, they had the most consistent match of their entire career. And want to let you know we are proud sponsor of Walther Firearms, title sponsor of this program and of everything that AndersonShooting.com does. The Walther PDP steel frame pistol is the finest production pistol on the planet. There is nothing better ever at all. Let me just want to make sure. Yeah, audio is recording good. Yeah, we're trying something new here. I was going to do the show in front of Sean Pham's McLaren, but I decided that might be just a little bit too much on the, let's say, the douchometer. You know, many things a man can do will put you on the douchometer. Like for example, Red Mustang and smoking cigarettes for sure, aviators for sure. You got a tank top and a chain wallet. That's way too much. Way too much. That's just all there is to it. So maybe we'll just do it this way. I do want to thank Sean for allowing me into his home, and I want to celebrate a couple of accomplishments. Number one, I was able to convince an elderly Vietnamese woman who speaks zero English to put moisturizing lotion on my sunburn. Like I did that. That's a triumph of multicultural communication. You know, I was like, here, I can show you. I come stumbling through the kitchen, right? And I'm like, she, oh yeah. lovely woman. Speaks no English, had to tolerate me for an entire week. But also want to mention that Targets USA manufactures the finest steel targetry on the planet. CR Speed manufactures the finest gun handling gadgetry you can wrap around your waist or anywhere else. Targets USA, we did that one. Hunters HD Gold is the only eyewear that I wear, and I am unaware of any eyewear that I ever wear, any other eyewear that I ever wear. Outdoor Dynamics remanufactured the finest competition ammunition you can dispense. Faramas Freedom Seed Dispenser. And what does that leave us? AMG-lab.com, Anderson Timer. Outdoor Dynamics, shootingsportsinnovations.com, and of course 180firearmstraining.com, because Keita Bussey is my own personal coach. And if you want to get a video review from her, you can still do that. You go to AndersonShooting.com, upcoming classes, select Keita Bussey video review. You are not booking an appointment for that. You are simply putting a placeholder in for her to reach out to you and give you instructions on how to upload the video. It's only $100. You get $200 on Hunters HD Gold cash just for doing it. She's going to find all the fruit that's keeping you back, and you're going to get custom drills, and you're going to go on down the road to better stage times immediately. And while you're there at upcoming classes, AndersonShooting.com, take a look around, see where else we're going to be and what we're going to be doing, coming to a neighborhood near you very soon, I promise. Now, if you want a free class in your area, it's very simple. There's a link that says arrange a class in my area. Just click on the link. Say, hey, I want to do a class. Hey, I got a range. It literally could not be easier. All you have to do, we'll do a quick phone call, get a few things ironed out, pick a date, put the class online, bing, bang, boom. And if certain conditions are met, you are going to get the class for free. Like, it's so simple. It's so simple. Okay. And speaking of matches, I attended the Georgia Peach match, and I hear things that concern me. There are things happening at these matches that are causing me great concern. Okay. Everybody is making all of the mistakes all of the time. People are doing things that are not smart. And I need you guys to quit doing these things. Okay. You're shooting and somebody says, good run. You're like, no, it wasn't. No. It was terrible. Oh, it was, I'm pretty sure you won this stage. Well, I could have done better. I got to find some more aggression. I got to get a better stage plan. I got to work on my technique. Guys, this is nonsense. This is destroying your consistency. If you want consistency, all you have to do is learn what is happening when you're getting it right. But here's the problem. You won't let yourself get it right because you're never happy, right? Hey, man, that was a stage win. Oh, got to be better. Got to do it better. Well, okay. Well, how about this? How about for Saturday morning, April the 27th at 10 o'clock a.m.? That's the best you can do. It's a stage win. It's 100% perfect. Why don't we start there? Okay. There is no improvement on match day. There is no technique on match day. There's no control of speed on match day. This is what training is for. Training is for technique. Training is for the control of speed. If you are controlling your speed at the match, you're not going to get access to your technique. It's just that simple. What is going to happen is you're going to have to relearn that technique on the clock. Your conscious mind doesn't know how to do these things. Your conscious mind trains the subconscious how to do these things and then moves on to something more interesting. Like, I need you to understand this. I need you to understand this and quit laboring under these delusions of the modern so-called training industry, who wants you to believe that you can think about speed and good performance, who wants you to believe you can think about your feet. It's all nonsense. The stuff they say is high on stank, but every single word is like money in the bank. Now, you want major match consistency. That's why you're here. That's why you clicked on this. Okay, here's how it works. Quality of your thoughts and your ability to duplicate them. Write that down. What are your thoughts when you're getting it right? Can you duplicate that? But you don't know because you won't write it down. And even when you get it right, you're never happy. So what are you going to duplicate if you're never happy? Just tell me that, right? Well, it can always be better. That's why you're inconsistent, because you're going fast. You're going slow. You're never happy. So you don't know what to duplicate, and you don't know what you're doing when you're getting it right because you never let yourself get it right. Okay. Your percentage of that stage within your division and class is your percentage of perfection. So if you come in third at 94%, congratulations, 94% perfect. Fantastic. Fantastic. But what you're doing is you're thinking, speaking, and remembering how to get it wrong. I had a lovely lady driving around on a golf cart. She said, Steve, I need your help. I stunk this stage up so bad. And she's been telling the whole range about it for days. Right. And I said, ma'am, pretty sure her name was Camille because she drove a car, well, a golf cart. So that made her a Carta Chameleon or a Karma Chameleon. So I said, tell me about your best stage. She had to think for a minute. She goes, yeah, stage one. Stage one was my best stage. What did you do on stage one? I just shot the gun. Okay, write that down. This is what happens when I'm getting it right. But God bless her, she's telling anybody that will listen about her stinker stage. And the culture of the sport means we think that's what we're supposed to do, but it's wrong. Winners don't do that. Winners are not going to tell you how they stunk it up, not smart ones. I have never seen an interview with Eric Gaffel or Kristen Seiler or Jay Beal or Jay Slater or Rich Alloway or Drew Maruski, and there's countless others. These are the ones that come to mind. So my people don't do that. They're not going to tell you how they got it wrong. They're going to, oh, your people are egomaniacs just like you. It's not ego, guys. Self-image is not ego. Ego is your sense of importance. I'm the best practical pistol coach in the world. Well, one of the two best. That's, we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm not the most important person on the range. At this match, Dave Seveny was the most important person on the range. It was so great to reconnect with him and give him a little bit of help on the mental game. He's a world champion. Okay, so wonderful to be able to help him like he helped me. So wonderful. Now, here's the deal. If you are thinking and speaking and remembering or texting even about how you got it wrong, posting on Facebook how you got it wrong, you are becoming that person. Well, I just can't shake these mistakes. It's because you keep talking about them. For the love of Pete and Poughkeepsie, you keep talking about them. Is it any wonder that you can't escape them? Like you're living in a house made of mistakes. Like think about the green lines of the matrix, right? They form things, they intersect, right? And they turn into images. Well, you're building a matrix out of mistakes. You're building a mistakes matrix. That's what you're doing, and you're living in it. I can see it. I'm the one. I'm Neo. I'm Mr. Anderson. I can see this matrix that you're creating for yourself. You're living in it. It's a prison of your own design. What if you could live in a house of success? What if we could rewrite those lines of code? This is what happens when I get it right. Got it, imprint, select. This is what happens when I'm getting it right. Got it, imprint, input, select, input, imprint, select. You want it to be technical, and it's just not. It's not technical. Consistency is not technical. It's visual, and you must accept this. If you see the same thing for every shot you fire, you're going to get a great result. Okay. This match had a lot of steel, a lot of makeups on steel. And please don't complain about the background filter. I'm in a guy's spare bedroom, right? You're getting a podcast for free, so don't complain. Okay. If you shoot steel when your dot is doing this, you are going to miss it. It's that simple. If you shoot steel and the dot is like this, okay, the middle of the target is the happy face. That's the happy place. Okay. If you're firing shots here, those aren't going to be good shots. Come on, guys. Let's get this right. Let's quit thinking it's luck or some kind of happy accident or some kind of grand illusion like sticks. It doesn't work that way. You are in control of every shot you fire. And if you shoot a gun with a dot, that is highly predictive of where that bullet's going to go. I heard a guy literally heard him say, I got to keep up with that guy. And I'm thinking, the guy that just had 3 mics, is that your plan? Is that really your plan? To adjust your speed consciously up to the speed of the guy that just had 3 mics? Is that really what you want to do? He goes, well, this is just an experiment. See if I can keep up the pace. Okay, if it's an experiment, that's totally fine. Totally fine. And I told him, if this is an experiment, knock yourself right out, do whatever you want, but do not complain about your hits, because that's not what you said you wanted. Okay, it's not going to be technical. I watched people, so on the bobber stage, everybody there analyzed and, oh, hey, Mike Duff, I'm Duff Tough today. Well, shout out to my buddy Mike Duff. He does vintage Ford Bronco things. So if you have a Mike Weirdsma, I think should be all over the Duff Tough. So they analyzed and they obsessed on stage plan right until it was time to shoot. And as a result, they have these fragments of plans. Well, guys, fragments of plans are fragments of fiber that cause brain farts, because you've got these little stems of repetition. Go this way, go that way, do this thing, do that thing. When the timer goes off, you don't know what to do. It doesn't matter. Maybe the bobber's going to be there, maybe it's not. Pick a plan, stick to it, get 20 reps. The conscious control of speed in competition will always be an error, and you cannot outsmart this. I swear to you, it's going to be my next tattoo. The conscious control of speed in competition will always be an error, and you cannot outsmart this. You will occasionally hook up based on a high level of confidence. Okay. But even that's not the conscious control of speed. That's just coming off the bricks because you have a high level of confidence. And by the way, going slow is just as dumb as speeding up. Think about it. If I have a trigger honk problem and I decide to slow down, well, now I got 2 problems. Now I'm honking the trigger and I'm slow. Let's say I got a visual patience problem. I can't put the dot in the middle of the target because it's just beyond my skill as a human being to accept the fact that the dot in the middle of the target makes a better shot. Guys, come on. Come on. You know this. The devil on your shoulder doesn't even have a golden fiddle. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Put me on your shoulder. Put me on your shoulder. Let me guide you. Let me in your mind. I am here to help. I promise you won't make a mistake. I'll be watching you every step of the way. I'm guiding you. Even if you're not ready for it, I will guide you. Put me on your shoulder. Center the dot, call the shot. Center the dot, call the shot. If you don't know how to call your shot, start center the dot. I promise you, your chances of accuracy are so much better with the dot in the middle of the target. Like, why do I got to say this out loud? Why do I have to continue to tell people, put the dot in the middle of the target? Like, what else do we think we're going to do to be successful? The problem is the conscious control of speed and negative imprints in training are crippling your shooting career, crippling it, destroying it, putting in an orthopedic boot, making it use crutches. It can't even get out of bed by itself. Okay. And you can't be bothered to write down what is happening when you get it right. Like, I'm begging you to do this. What makes you think you can outsmart Lanny Basham? I really want to know. If you're out there telling people they need to think about technique, if you're out there telling people they need to go fast and go slow, what makes you think you're smarter than Lanny Basham? Lanny Basham studied dozens of Olympic gold medalists. What are you thinking about before, during, and after? Not much. Not much. Before, I focus on strategy. While I'm competing, I pick one thing to think about so I get access to subconscious skill. When it's over, I think positive thoughts of ability so I get greater access to my subconscious skill. Guys, this is so simple. So, and you know I'm right, because you slip into these occasionally. When you're not worried about the results, you have a high level of confidence, you're not thinking very much, and you just put the shot in the middle of the target. What makes you think that won't work all the time? I seriously need to know. And you really think that matching the pace of the guy with 3 mics? Tell me, in what universe does that make any sense at all? The only universe where that makes sense is one that's completely made of Uranuses. Like if there was a universe that was full of Uranus, that would make sense. Okay. What I need to do, my strategy for success, I'm going to go as fast as the guy that had 3 mics. Can you please explain to me why you think that's going to be effective? And that brings up another point. This match didn't have a classifier, but I need to ask a serious question. Okay. If you think that there is something you can do on the classifier that's going to increase your chances of busting a 95 or a hundo or whatever it is you want, a 78 if that's what you want. If you think there's something you can do that's so smart that'll guarantee that, why are you not doing it for every stage? I need to know this. Well, I'm going to put the gas down on classifier, see if I can get me a 78 or something. Well, then do it on every stage. But you know it's risky. You know it's not going to work. Therefore, you don't do it on every stage. You restrict it for the classifier. Tell me, in what universe does that make sense? Okay. If you are making these mistakes, there's 3 of them now. Okay. If you are making these mistakes, you will be stuck in the middle of the pack forever. Now, you can train your way to a pretty high level. You can train your way into winning state matches, area matches. You can do that if you work really, really hard. But you're never going to beat somebody of similar skill who's a better competitor. You're just not. Because when 2 G's face off, it's the best competitor. When 2 A's face off, best competitor. 2 M's, best competitor. Best competitor. Best competitor. I sum it down now. Now, if you are consciously controlling your speed in competition, that is an error that will keep you in the middle of the pack forever. If you are accumulating, storing negative imprints, negative inputs during training, I can't, I won't, I didn't, I won't be able to, that is literally ammunition that goes in your ammo box, gets loaded in your mags, and comes up the barrel of your gun. Oh, you're just telling me to pat myself on a behind, tell myself I'm great. I'm telling you that whatever you think about your skill is access to your skill, right? If you think you can or can't do something relative to skill, that is going to be a fact. Okay. Failure to build, repair, or protect self-image is going to ruin access to your skill. Like you're not going to get it. And if you're thinking about skill with the conscious mind, guys, that's the dumbest thing you can do. And you know, I'm right. You know, when you think about your draw, you tend to screw it up. Okay. Your conscious mind trained your subconscious how to draw the gun. Oh, sorry. It moved it to the subconscious. Okay. That's where it lives. Self-image, your opinion of that skill is what gives you access to it. Self-image is a filter for subconscious skill. Okay. It's so important. I tattooed it on my skin. I'm only trying to help. If I wasn't trying to help, I'll just let you struggle. If my ego was so vast and I was such a narcissist, I would just sit on the mountain, charge $1,000 an hour, and I wouldn't try to help you guys for free. I'm trying to help. This other guy said, I knew my points would suck. I'm just trying to keep up. What are we doing here? Like literally, what are we doing? We're going to go to a major match. We're going to know our points are going to suck. And we're trying to keep up with the guy that's got 3 mics. What kind of template is that for success? And you don't need to practice shooting alphas. The vast majority of you do not need to do that. You need to decide to shoot alphas. This happens when you surrender to vision 100%. My favorite Dave 70 moment, he wants to go by 70 now. He'll allow you to call him Dave Savigny. I'm going to start calling him King David. So that's my new nickname. I'm going to store Dave 70, Dave Savigny, and my phone is King David. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm so proud of him. He's doing a risky thing. I'm doing the same thing. We're going to do it together, right? We're stepbrothers now. We're going to build bunk beds and make room for activities. Like we're in this thing, man. We're going to come back. We're both 52 years old. Stand back and watch this. It's going to be great. Okay. But the guy said, oh, so my favorite Dave Savigny moment, I showed him how he finished on a stage after he really got interested in process. He was 200ths of a second behind the fastest guy in the squad, heavily favored to win. 200ths of a second. I said, look, man, when you see what you need to see, you're just as fast as the young kids. And he's like, I'm remembering now. I'm remembering an open match where I dominated. And I said, yeah, what did it look like? Lift and return, lift and return, lift and return. Yeah, it looks great. Go do that. And he smoked it. I was so proud of him. So proud of him. My man. Now, you don't need to practice shooting alphas. You need to decide to shoot alphas. And I'm not saying 100% alphas, I'm saying 100% green shots. When you call a shot, a green shot is a shot that has a very high likelihood of being an alpha. Let's call it 95% alpha. You're going to get some close Charlies, but you can't have 12 Charlies. Like I literally watched a dude try to keep up with the guy in front of him, take 12 Charlies. That doesn't work on the super squad. You cannot shoot 12 Charlies on the super squad because you can't be fast enough. Like you can't be, because they're all the same speed. You can't do it. Points divided by time, ladies and gentlemen, points per second. You're so focused on speed. And this is not anybody specific. This is what I saw and overheard. It's the same at every match. Okay. Your opinion of your stage plan is more important than your stage plan. I need you to understand this and I need you to let go of it. I'm begging you. You know this is true. When you choose early, get a simple plan and burn it in, you shoot great. The only time you struggle is when you get cute with your stage plan. Like, what do you think you're going to do? You're trying to save half a second getting cute, and you wind up doing a standing reload. My friend, I'm trying so hard to help you, right? I can't. Okay, let's entertain this. Steve Anderson cannot be right a percentage less than 100. Right? So please don't fall into this trap. Oh, Anderson's the mental guy. He didn't know anything about stage planning. Guys, I've studied all of this for 20 years. If I have earned your trust, I need you to trust me. If I'm wrong, I'll tell you I was wrong. I'll tell you that. But what I'm talking about, these are proven things. This is not up for debate anymore. And I refuse to debate this stuff with anybody ever again. Just today, a guy texted me, how do I get rid of trigger freeze? Try counting with your finger. That's not going to work. Then why did you ask me? Why did you ask me? If you're not going to accept and trust my opinion, ask somebody else. And I'm not angry, guys. I'm passionate. Like I really, 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 I really want to help. But don't argue with the guy that you asked the question to. If you respect a man enough to ask him a question, listen to his answer and respect it. If you think he's an idiot, don't ask him the question, right? So now you may hear in the background, you may hear, I'm not sure how the settings are on this. This is all very experimental, so somebody will complain. You may hear in the background some very faint Vietnamese prayer chanting. That's because the home that I'm staying in, they have a speaker where they run the Vietnamese prayer chanting. And it's really cool. You're walking through the house to get water and you hear, and I think it means round eye needs back lotion. I don't know what it means, but it's super, super cool. I love it. It makes the whole house a cathedral of prayer. It's awesome. Your opinion of your stage plan is more important than your stage plan. So here's how that works. Okay, check it out. I got these hand grenades. Okay, stage plan starts in the conscious mind. Thinking, analyzing, deciding. Repetition moves it to the subconscious where we don't need to think about it anymore. However, while that's happening, okay, your opinion is being sent to your self-image. Your opinion of this process is going straight to your self-image, where it acts as a filter for your subconscious stage plan and your subconscious skill. Okay, this filters the plan, filters the skill, which results in performance. And you know this is true. When I have a high opinion of my skill and a high opinion of my stage plan through self-image, through active imprints, inputs into self-image, I shoot great. And you can argue with me all you want. Look at your own career. When you love the stage and love the plan, you shoot great. Now, when you love the stage, you love your plan, you're not thinking very much, you shoot great, but you won't write it down. You won't write it down. You have never lost a match with a well-executed stage plan. Never. Never. You might get clipped. My boy Joey, I don't know his last name. His jersey says Joey Bolo. Joey is an incredible stage planner. He's like Buck Lawler good. He's good. Okay. But it only works when he executes. Right? I have never seen a poorly executed, awesome stage plan result in success. And you guys know this is true. You've never seen it either. You have never lost a match with a well-executed stage plan. Never. But how many matches are you going to lose with a poor execution of a brilliant plan? How long is this going to continue, gang, before you try it my way? I'm telling you over and over and over again, if it works on 9 stages, it'll work on 10. If it works on 1 stage, it'll work on 10. But you keep trying other stuff because you're never happy. Okay. You only beat, you only get beat when you fail to execute. So please tell me why you're insisting on failing to execute. Why can't you go out, get a simple subconscious stage plan, nice dumb one, like Joey said, Guillermo dumb, Joey Sauerland dumb. I want a simple stage plan that I can remember so I can focus on execution. Why won't you do that? Okay, bad stage plans. Sorry, brilliant stage plans. Sorry, poor stage plans don't cause mics. Visual inattention causes mics. Doesn't matter how great your stage plan is with 3 mics. Hey, congratulations, right? You took 3 mics, 45 penalty points, but your stage plan was so great. We're gonna give you the high hit factor. I don't think it works that way. Quit getting cute with stage plan. Make it dumb. Make it simple. Make it smart. Get at least 20 reps. At least 20 reps. So every time you speak of a mistake, you become that mistake. Right? We become what we think about. We become what we talk about. You are becoming that mistake when you think of it and speak of it. And you cannot outsmart this. You're trying to, but it's not working. You're trying to outsmart negative imprints. You're telling yourself, that only works on dumb people. I'm so smart. Well, if you're so smart, then put together a consistent match that's different than this and teach people how to do it. Because I'm not hearing anybody say anything of the sort. I have never heard anybody with half a brain say, here's what you got to do. Check out this match I just shot. It was great. I went as fast as possible. I thought about my feet and I shot great. You won't ever hear anybody say that. Yet you are continuing to attempt to do that. Why? Why are you? Oh, I know why. I know why, because you're never happy. You come in second place on the stage at 99%, and you're like, man, if I could just go a little bit faster, I could go a little bit faster. Self-image is who you are and what you do. This is the sum total of what you think, speak, and write. What you think, what you write, what you say is who you are. Tell me I'm wrong. Look in your life. What you think, what you say, what you speak, what you write, that is who you are. Okay? It can be changed, but you got to let me help you. You got to let me help you change it. Okay? I'm doing a Zoom class, $125. I'm the guy that quit smoking and lost weight at the same time. These are things that human beings cannot do. Human beings cannot quit smoking. Human beings cannot lose weight. I did them both at the same time with mental management. I can show you how to do it, but you got to trust me. Oh, Anderson's never won anything. Dude, I win everything. You don't even understand. Now, you occasionally decide to be successful, but you won't write it down because you think you're too smart. You want to know what would be smart? You want to know what would you? So you smart people, you want to know what would be smart? Letting the guy that won the Olympics teach you how to win the Olympics. Like that would be smart. Okay. Learning how to win the Olympics, duplicating that process, that would be really smart. But you're so smart, you can't be bothered to be smart. Right. Well, you know what? Lanny Basham, he won the Olympics in 1976. A lot's changed since then. That was a different sport. So you got to understand, he didn't invent anything. He codified it from dozens of gold medalists. Okay, here are a dozen gold medal winners. They did the hardest thing to do in athletics. They won the Olympics. If you can think of something harder to do, please let me know. And this is what they were doing. This is what they were thinking before, during, and after. This is how they organized their thoughts. This is how they controlled their thoughts. I'm going to try that. And you must learn how to create a winning performance, a performance you are happy with. But you won't do that because you're never happy. Okay. So those of you that shot the Georgia State match, I want you to hit pause. Okay. You're writing me an angry email. Stop the angry email. Get out a piece of paper. You're not even going to do it. You won't even do it. And write about your best stage. What were you thinking about when you got there? And you can all do it. Mike Wang, if you're listening, you had a great match. You won. Have you written down what you were thinking before, during, and after the match? I need you to do that. If you don't, consistency will be elusive. Okay? You've got to write it down. Okay? You will never have the winning performance until you can create a winning performance. It's not going to work. And it requires some level of satisfaction with your performance, not the result, your performance. Your performance you're in control of. The result, you're not. Okay. If Christian Seiler showed up, if Eric Fell showed up with open guns, Mike Huang may not have won. But if he had that same performance, he might have. I don't know, because Seiler and Graffel, Jay Beal didn't show up. Mike Lazinski didn't show up. So we don't know. But we do know on that day, on those stages, with those shooters present, he turned in a perfect performance. Outstanding. My buddy Brent with the single stack, he was a little loosey-goosey on stage one. I was like, dude, I need you to tighten that up a little bit. He goes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He didn't argue with me because he's smart. If you're going to pay the man the money, take the man's advice. If you're going to pay the man the money and argue with him, you're a fool. Keep your money in your pocket. Okay. Now, the other comment that I overheard was fascinating. And I'm not going to give you the circumstances of this to protect the identities involved, but something very interesting happened. I gave somebody some advice and they rejected it. And then later they asked somebody else the same question. I'm trying to find the balance between speed and accuracy. There isn't one. Like, is it 48% accuracy and 52% speed? Or this is USPSA, it's a Hoser stage. So that means, okay, though that's different. That means it's now 90% speed, 10% accuracy. No, that's not right either. There's a low hit factor stage. Okay, that means, okay, this is different now. Now it's 90% accuracy and 10% speed. Yeah. Are we speaking English here? It's points divided by time. Points divided by time. The most points in the least amount of time. Let me share with you a novel way to do that with a dot gun. Okay. Step one, put the dot in the middle of the target. Step two, watch it lift. Step three, when it comes back down, shoot again. That will give you the most points in the least amount of time. And then in training, now we're going to work on ways to make that happen quicker. And we're going to look at the big numbers first. Right? If you're really smart and you want to find some time, get into the AMG details of this match where they exist while you remember the stages and look at how long it took you. There were several table starts and it probably took guys 3 seconds. You're outside of the shooting area, you got to run to the table, you got to do some stuff, maybe you have to load the gun. How long did that take? Maybe you could work on table starts instead of splits, because I'm pretty sure the 300ths of a second you're trying to save in splits is nothing compared to the 3.5 seconds it took you to get to the table, get your gun out, and get to the first position. Let's work on that first. I'm pretty sure, I'm not a math whiz, I'm not as smart as Keita Bussey, but I'm pretty sure that knocking 3.5 seconds off before you even start shooting the gun is going to produce a higher hit factor than reducing your splits by 300ths. Pretty sure. Like, are we speaking English here? Like, am I broadcasting in some other weird language? Okay. Training is specifically for creating subconscious skill around reducing the amount of time spent not shooting. That's what training is for. If you have some other opinion of it, you're laboring under some sort of delusion. Okay. Training is for reducing the amount of time spent not shooting and creating subconscious skill around those ideas. Okay. Anytime you're not shooting the gun, the hit factor is 0. So let's look at this match. This match had a lot of non-shooting time, a lot of non-shooting time. And we see guys trying to counteract it by ripping splits. Well, Alpha Mike, Alpha Delta. On the fixed time stage, everybody was so concerned about getting all the shots off, most of them shot 4 points. Fixed time is very simple. You're collecting points here, okay? And I'm not a math whiz, but I believe there were 10 targets and 20 shots. So let's do a little math here. 20 deltas is 20 points. We'll make it real easy because my math skills needs work. Okay. Let's just say you got all the shots off and you got 20 deltas. You got 20 points. Congratulations. If you fired 5 alphas, you get a better score, 25 points. Guys, fixed time stages, you have to understand this. They are designed so that only grandmasters can barely do it. If you are not a grandmaster and you are attempting to get off all the shots on a fixed time stage, it's not very smart because it's specifically designed so that only grandmasters can kind of barely do it. Like, they use math and stuff. It's designed specifically so that only grandmasters can get all the shots off. If you are not a grandmaster, trying to get all the shots off is foolish. Instead, you should shoot points. Okay. Movement, transitions, splits is the last, and I mean the last thing I need you to be focused on. The last thing. And even then, I would want data that proves it. Now, if your splits are 80s or 120s, that's a problem. That's a problem. And guys, here's how to rip great splits. If you want to go out and do a doubles drill, here's a Steve Anderson double drill. Put the dot in the middle of the target, watch it lift, be ready to shoot as soon as the dot comes back into the acceptable target area. As soon as happens quick or close, takes a little further, takes a little longer, further away. It's very simple. Oh, use your vision to control your speed. So another funny thing happened. A man who will remain nameless loaned me his Cadillac Escalade to go to the match on Sunday. And I said, I'll be careful with it, treat it like my own. He goes, whatever, it's a car. So I take it to the match, did some spirited driving, 680 horsepower. So you got to brap a little bit with the Cadillac. And I decided to put gas in it. And I don't know why I was being frugal. I truly don't know. I put 87 octane in it, and the check engine light came on immediately. So I called my friend, who shall remain nameless, and I said, hey, man, I think I just kind of did a dumb thing. I'm so sorry. He goes, okay, that's cool. Go get some octane booster and take it easy on it until you get the octane booster in. So I went and bought this product. It's called Octanium. Like, what a great name for a product, Octanium. And this charming lady at AutoZone helped me out quite a bit. And we got that done. And then we spilled some of the octane booster because the original funnel was too short. So we had to get a longer funnel. And we wound up with sort of a beer bong apparatus. And I'll post a video later. It's hilarious. We wound up with this sort of beer bong apparatus, putting this octane booster in this top of the line Escalade, and some of it spilled on the rear, like below the fuel tank area. And so my friend, who we'll call Shaniqua, I don't know her name. She's lovely. We had the best time laughing about this. She goes in the store and she comes out with a chamois rag, CHAMOIS, and glass cleaner. I'm like, Shaniqua, no. We will not be dispensing glass cleaner on this Escalade. There's ammonia in it. She goes, well, it says there's no ammonia. I said, ma'am, we are not going to put glass cleaner on an Escalade. But when you attempt to put speed on match mode, that's what you're doing. When you attempt to put technique on match day, that's what you do. You're putting ammonia glass cleaner on an Escalade after you've put low octane fuel in. And if you're skipping training, you're now putting low octane fuel. Your check engine light's going to come on. Okay. In competition, you must do these things. You must create a subconscious stage plan with positive imprints. Step one, you can do that. Positive imprints means actively imprinting to your self-image that you are capable of executing this task. Now, depending on your level of participation, that imprint might be different. For example, if you're in C class, I need to execute this plan and I can do it. If you're a contender to win something, class, division, overall match, then you must imprint, I can do this well enough for the goal that I have. Okay, you got to pre-accept the results. Then you need at least 20 reps of that plan, combination of walking and visualizing. And I'm telling you guys, once it's memorized, get off the stage. Your mental reps are way better than walking reps. Okay, we had a really great shooter at this match. He got disrespected. He was the first shooter and they disrespected him. And as a result, he felt like he had to hurry. And it wasn't one of his better stages. What you need to do is be selfish. When you're the shooter, take control of that, or tell the RO, hey, these guys, they wouldn't get off the stage. All these jabronis are in here jamming up my business. I wasn't able to get a good walkthrough. Okay. Be a little bit more assertive, be a little bit more selfish. Oh, there's ego again. Well, you're a competitor, man. Be a little selfish. And then you must surrender to a singular point of focus precisely so you get access to your training. There's no other way. If you know of a way other than this to create consistency, you need to be talking about it, because I don't hear anybody talking about it. I'm the only guy. So you're going to listen to a bunch of podcasts today. You're going to see them come up on your computer. This guy, that guy, this one over here, that one over there. Nobody but me is going to tell you how to get major match consistency. But it will only work. It will only work if you do all of it. If you do less than 100%, you're going to get less than 100% happiness. That's just how it works. Okay. All right. So I am leaving for South Africa tonight at 10:45-ish, flying from Atlanta to Johannesburg. If I stick out your pinky, it's Joburg. My South African friends, I'm going to be hanging around after the scheduled classes. And if you want to get together to do anything after the scheduled classes, just get a hold of Shanae. I go wherever she goes, and we can do whatever you want. But I'll be in South Africa for a while. But I will be checking emails twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. May or may not be checking my phone during the day. So if you're communicating with me, understand I'm going to be in South Africa for about 3 weeks. Okay. And if you're going through Janesville, Wisconsin, stop and wave at my Chevy Silverado at the auto shop. My Silverado is in Janesville, Wisconsin, waiting for a new transmission after the most stressful week of my entire life. Like, okay, cool. I can do this. Okay. And please go to upcoming classes at andersonshooting.com. If you have been communicated with me about classes, we must pick a date, because here's what happens. I give you dates and you sit on them and I book classes, and then your date's not available. And then we have to start all over again. Okay. So all I need you to do, if you want to do a class with me or with me and Kita or with me and Joey Sauerland, we can do all of these things. We have so many options, and IDPA shooters, I promise you, I can make miracles in the sport of IDPA. And if you don't believe me, ask two of my clients that were in the top 5 of the IDPA World Shoot: Steve Miles, Andy Willingham. Ask them about mental management. Okay. 2 shooters. Oh, and by the way, they shoot PCC, because we all know Anderson's such a PCC expert, right? Like, I invented the thing, right? You might as well call it the Steve Anderson, the SAPCC. That's how much I had to do with that. Okay. But I'm telling you guys, this stuff works. It works. And there are online mental management opportunities coming very shortly. Again, andersonshooting.com, upcoming classes, and the books. That's the best part. The books are supposed to be in stock later today. So if you've been waiting for a book, I'll make a big announcement when it happens, or you can check the website. Hell, just go to the website and see if they're in stock. But do check out upcoming classes. If you want a class in your area, it could not be easier. Send me an email, say, hey, I have a range. What dates are available? It's that simple. I'll get you the insurance. I'll get you whatever you need. And if you want to have the best week of your life, I can stay with you and I can put low octane gas in your expensive car. Like, I will do those things and we'll have a great time. Okay. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I think that's everything we got in the news. Can't think of anything else right now. I'm going to pack for South Africa and get my butt to the airport early, because that is how you get to flights on time, by getting there early. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Till we meet again on the Zoom, on the plane, on the phone, anywhere else. Be like me, do what I do, say it with me. 1, 2, 3. I'll get ready to stop the recording. Love you, bye, and get to work.